Over the past 7 years, I have worked at 2 consulting firms serving clients across multiple sectors. Today, we will cover 2 different types of note-taking and things to be mindful of. The fundamentals of note-taking at work are simple. Exchange information, capture decisions, and plan actions. Let's begin with our digital note-taking first. When heading into a meeting, I like to put my phone away or switch it to silent mode. To prepare for a meeting, I set up my notes at least 5 minutes in advance. You can do this the night before the meeting. Having a personal agenda for each meeting is also helpful. For example, this could be something like set a goal to speak at least 30 minutes during the meeting, or to confirm with the team that the deck is ready to be shared with the client. We are fortunate to live in a time where technology makes things easier for us, but the world is changing so fast, it's hard to catch up. Let Google Doc or OneNote automatically link your notes with your calendar invite so that you don't have to worry about it. This is a new feature on Google Doc. How cool is that? You can now auto-populate and create a meeting template based on your calendar invitation. Oh, and one other thing, make sure to include the attendee roles in a separate document. Here in OneNote, I keep a separate note folder titled People. A pro tip here, if your team or client has ever mentioned birthdays, hobbies, children names, or even pets, you can keep those memos here. Mentioning these small things once in a while is a great way to build relationships. In my earlier days in consulting, I exclusively took notes with my laptop. I type really fast, and my handwriting kind of looks like a trail left by a worm. Digital notes are easy to share, convenient to collaborate with your team, and great to search for keywords. However, they do have downsides that I want you to be aware of. Do you ever find it difficult to talk as you type? If you're like me, I avoid multitasking. When I take notes with my laptop, I often found myself more quiet during a meeting because I couldn't do 2 things at once. On a related note, the typing noise can get annoying. Actually, someone did tell me that I type too loud. I recommend that you get a clear cover for your laptop. This protects your keyboard and reduces the noise when you type. At times when you have a laptop in the meeting, I feel like there is a visual barrier between you and the person. If your laptop converts to a tablet, you can connect your Bluetooth keyboard and type away. To save time as you take notes, highlight, underline, or bold what needs to be covered, and copy the sentences and bring them up to the front of the note. It's easy to have multiple tabs open when you're in a meeting and on your laptop. Let's stay focused. As I gained more experience, I began taking notes by hand. I will explain how I organize my notes and some tips to keep in mind. I use 2 pages of my notebook. I prefer to keep all my notes in 1 page for simplicity. On the left-hand side, I write down 5 things before the meeting. I have the date and the title of the meeting along with the participants. In here, we're writing down both the first and the last name. I looked up the other day and found out that there are 3 Eugens at my firm. Also, I write down the agenda that was communicated before the meeting. Right underneath, I have my personal goals. If I feel like the meeting is not going anywhere, I can reel the team back by referring to these agenda points. It's a good way to self-check that the meeting is going in the direction that we all agreed on. I draw out a table and who is sitting where along with their characteristics. If this meeting is happening over Zoom, I sometimes take screenshots of the participants. On the right-hand side, you draw 2 lines for 4 boxes. My note-taking is a revised version of the quadrant method. Urgency increases from right to left, and the importance increases from the bottom to top. The action section includes the name of the task owner, proposed due dates, and the details regarding the task. I would say by far this is the most important box on this page. The question section captures any loops that we need to close leading to the follow-up meetings. I take my general notes under the Information Insight section. Here, I can also write down any impressions I had. For instance, when I am reading between the lines. If I shared the meeting note by email afterward, I would start with a 1-liner takeaway and then highlight the actions in the body of the email. Taking notes by hand helped me speak up more in meetings. It also helps that there are no visual barriers between you and the other person. Because it's much harder to take a photo of your handwritten notes and share it with the team, I always like to ask if another person in the room can take notes with me, and ideally the other person is taking digital notes. Also, I know that you are smart and you will send an email before and after the meeting. Check out this other video on how to write business professional emails. I create clear, compact, cheerful content for you. And my next video topic will be
Let's go! It's time to be the